Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to First English Lutheran Church. My name is Devin. I'm the organizer of the Lunchtime Organ Recital series. It's so great to see you all here today. We're in for a great afternoon of music. Just a few things to point out today. This organ was built, if you don't know, by a local organ builder, Ron Wall. I don't think Ron is here. I haven't seen him, but oh, there he is. This event is sponsored by the Northeastern Wisconsin chapter of the American Guild of Organists. If you don't already, I would really encourage you to follow the chapter on Facebook or our website. Normally at these concerts, we take a free will offering to support our scholarship program. However, this week, given the storms that went through a few days ago, 100% of the free will offering today will go towards disaster relief in the Fox cities. At this point, we don't have a specific organization yet that we know it's going towards, but once some of that information is out, we will make sure that the money goes toward an organization that aligns well with the values that we support as well. So please know that especially today, your donation is going to a very worthwhile cause to people who really need it. And as we listen today, let's keep our brothers and sisters in mind who have been affected by storms, disaster, and who are still very much picking up the pieces of their lives. So we keep them in our thoughts and prayers. On the back side of today's program, I would like to point out in 2 weeks, we are tentatively scheduled to be in Menasha. I don't know yet if that's going to be possible. I'm in contact with St. Mary's right now to figure out the actual church themselves. St. Mary's is relatively okay. The steeple is a little rough from what I hear. But if we need to move venues, we will do our best to put it on our Facebook and our website. I've been in contact with Vashni, the performer. She also knows that we may need to pivot to a different location. So just be aware that we very possibly could be at a different location that day. Also, the week following, I'd like to point out that on August 19th, is the only concert in our series that has a different start time, and that's at 1 p.m., and that is due to St. Joseph having a noontime mass that we need to make accommodations for. I think that pretty much covers all of my part today. Like I said, I hope especially today, as the Spirit moves you to be generous to those in need. And I'm going to turn the microphone over now to Pastor Joel to introduce Erich and give a little bit of background about First English. Thanks, everyone, for being here.
Thank you, Devin. And again, welcome to First English Lutheran Church. Some of you are regulars around here. Others of you we are so delighted to have as guests. I am Pastor Joel White-Hugheim. I serve as the lead pastor here at First English, and I'm new to the community, so just started in April, and I get to introduce this amazing congregation to you as well, and you'll get to hear one of the just wonderful gifts we have as a congregation through the music of Erich Knapp today. So just a word first about this congregation. First English is a community of faith that is always seeking to join God in fearlessly loving the world, treasuring all people, welcoming all who are searching for a safe place filled with God's love, compassion, and grace. We're all children of God, lovingly created, all belonging within God's embrace. So with God's unconditional love, we view God's gifts as abundant and abiding. So whatever the color of your skin, your ethnicity, or your place of birth, whatever your employment or educational status, whether you're struggling financially or well set, whether you have a significant other or are divorced, widowed, or single, whether your gender identity, whatever your gender identity, sexual orientation, or gender expression, whether you're straight or gay, lesbian or bisexual, transgender, or still wondering who it is God made you to be, whether you have known the inside of a prison or have never even gotten a parking ticket, whatever your ability, be it in body or mind, whatever age you feel yourself to be, whether your faith is new or long-standing, strong or non-existent, I want you to know that you are loved, welcomed, and wanted here. So I invite you to join me in our welcoming statement. It's printed inside the front cover of the bulletin, and this is what we use to ground ourselves at every worship gathering we have here. And so I want you to know, in the Spirit's embrace, you are loved, welcomed, and wanted here. We are loved, welcomed, and wanted here. And now it's my distinct privilege to introduce to you today's recitalist, Erich Knapp, who is beginning his 6th year as the Director of Congregational Worship and Music here at First English Lutheran Church. So if you have not yet done so, I do invite you to read Erich's rich and varied bio in today's program. I invite you to do that after the recital, because you're going to want to hold on to your seats during the recital. And as you view that bio, you can catch a glimpse of Erich's vast array of vocations and avocations. There are just a couple of notes about today's recital that Erich shared with me that I want to highlight today that I think is just fascinating. So first of all, there are 3 different improvisations that are a part of today's performance, and one of Erich's great talents is the gift of improvisation. So enjoy that in these artistic expressions. Then also, I'm just fascinated to have learned that Handel never played his organ concerto the same way twice. He changed it every time he played it, depending on the venue or how he was feeling or however the Spirit moved. And so that's been honored throughout history, throughout performances by organists who embrace that fluid musical expression, and we will hear that tradition lived out today. So without any further ado, friends, I introduce to you Erich Knapp.
My name is Barry Hoff. I'm a longtime member of this congregation, and I'm currently chairing our organ renovation task force. I want to echo the welcome that you received from both Devin and Pastor Joel earlier. It's wonderful to have you here. Thank you for taking the time today to come and enjoy the music that Erich is creating for us on our wall organ. The instrument itself, let me say first, if you've been at one of these recitals in the past couple summers or our soccer music concerts in the spring and fall, you may have heard me speak about the project before. But to lay a little quick background for those who aren't familiar, the instrument is approaching 50 years of age, and as it has aged, it has developed some issues that are beyond simple repair or replacement of parts. We are so blessed to have Ron and his son Christoph and their workshop just 2 blocks from here. So when issues do arise, they're able to come and address them quickly, but there are many things that need renovating. Our plan is to separate the instrument completely into the 2 sides. We will have the grate and the swell divisions on the north end of the balcony. The pedal division will be on the south end, and that will fully expose that beautiful stained glass window, which has been partially obscured for several decades now. It will also make much better use of that back corner space in the balcony, and will open up the center. It'll be a better space for choir, handbells, small instrumental groups, whatever. The instrument does moderate to loud sounds really well. Nobody's going to argue that. What it misses a little bit is the ability to produce some softer sounds that are suitable for accompanying a choir or a soloist or leading worship with a small number of attendees. To help address that, Ron and Christoph are planning to add a 3rd manual that will be a softer set of voices. I believe the current plan is to call it the Positive. And so we'll build all that into the instrument. We can reuse most of the pipes, which is wonderful, and it's going to be a magnificent renovation of the instrument. You may have heard me speak before about the work that Shannon French, our architect of choice, has done. We have here in our archives a set of the original blueprints for the construction of this building in the 1930s. Shannon was able to get those digitized, and it gave him a jump start on all of his computer renderings for the project. And he has done some visualizations of what things will likely look like as the project is wrapped up. And in the future, you'll see some of those as we begin to promote the financial aspects of the project. More recently, we've engaged the services of Steve Kaiser from Larson Engineering. He's a structural engineer, and his job is going to be to make sure that the substructure on the balcony floor is suitable for the weight of what we're planning to have up there. We're not adding that much weight in the balcony with the renovated instrument compared to what's already there. We're just redistributing it a bit. So Steve's going to make that assessment, and we'll be confident that the balcony will be in good shape. He's also going to assess the plans we have for building as a skeleton for the instrument, a simple collection of steel beams that will be attached to the building, and then all of the casework, the wind chests, everything will be attached to that skeleton. So he's making sure that the plans for that are suitable so that Ron's plans, in turn, for all of the mechanism that works the tracker side of the instrument can really run where we think it's going to run. So that's important. We have not officially begun our fundraising campaign for this yet. We want to make sure that we have our project costs well defined before we start that process. But we do have a fund that has been established with some seed money, and we've had some recent memorial gifts, for example, that have been made to it. So that is out there and beginning slowly to take shape. But there will be more to come on that in the future. If you're interested in the current stops on the instrument, I invite you to look at the back page of the program. That has the listing of the grate, the swell, and the pedal. Things will be rearranged a little bit in the renovated instrument, but it's going to be a glorious project. Still a few years to get it done, obviously, but we're making good plans, and we feel very fortunate that we have the time and the ability to do this. So again, thank you for coming, and enjoy the rest of the concert.